6, 7 years, Penn School, you've got the beginnings of, for the next 5 or 6 years, of a very good offensive line. Now you can start putting the pieces together around it offensively. And yes, today they need to address the defensive side of the ball.
I think they're doing exactly what Dan Campbell talked about in his press conference. I think the only thing this goes against is what Spielman initially said, that you build from the outside in.
Right.
I would love to almost know, was that a smoke screen from day one?
Who knows?
You know? Because I'll tell you what, I loved the fiery reaction from Brad Holmes when they got their pick in.
They showed the war room.
Yeah, to me, that tells me everything I need to know, that they want to be a physical team. And how many fans out there have always just, cherished having the best offensive line in the league? That dominant, where you can run the ball, where you can control the clock, where you can play action. I mean, I love this. I said it was my dream pick yesterday. I felt like it was going to happen. I think a lot of teams are drafting for current situation instead of thinking long-term, long play. Yeah. And I still think long-term, long play is the best way to go.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. People say, well, they needed, playmakers and all that stuff. This is not something where all of a sudden the Lions, you expect them to be a playoff contender this coming season. I won't say completely from scratch, but they're at the bottom, even though they only had, picking 7th. You have one unit that's really good now, the offensive line, and then you go from there. You talked about how Brad Holmes was excited. We saw it on the video. Here is Brad Holmes talking about how excited he actually was to get Super.
We just couldn't be any more excited than we are about Penn. Just really stoked. Going through the process, we got to a point where we pretty much identified 3 players, and he was one of those 3 that we would just be extremely, let's just say, through the roof about. And to be able to land him, he's going to be an integral and impactful piece to our franchise going forward.
So yeah, I wonder who the other 2 were.
I would love to know that.
I wonder if it includes Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yes.
Sean.
Yes, right. Exactly. By the way, he did wear a sport jacket yesterday, Trevor Lawrence.
No tie. No tie. And his wife, he did hug his wife first, and she was wearing a black dress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were talking yesterday when we were doing our broadcast. Jalen Waddle, what was his name? It didn't match. It's little this, little that. I like Trey Lance, and it looked like Kyle Pitts was ready to be drafted by the Green Bay Packers. Green and gold. All right, 248-539-9797. Your thoughts on what the Lions did yesterday and what you want them to do today. You got rounds 2 and rounds 3, and right now that's 3 picks. 97-1.
Hey, I'm so excited that baseball is back. There's nothing like watching a game with great weather, a cold drink, and a little action on FanDuel Sportsbook. If you've never bet on baseball before, now is the perfect time to give it a shot because FanDuel is letting new users swing for the fences absolutely risk-free. You're going to get up to $1,000 back in site credit if your first bet doesn't win. And once you have an account, you can get up to $25 back each day in site credit if your same-game parlay bet falls just one leg short. This way you can combine multiple baseball bets for an even bigger win all season long. There's a reason why FanDuel Sportsbook is America's #1 sportsbook. The app is simple to use. They've got great odds on a bunch of different betting markets, unique fun bet types like the same game parlay I just mentioned, always on promotions to let you get more out of every single game day. And when you win, you're going to get your money in as little as 24 hours. Take an example for tonight. I like the Yankees over the Tigers. The spread right now, Yankees by 1.5. 5-3 on their road trip. They're starting, their bats are firing up, and Scribble has been inconsistent. So take a look at that one. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code Jansen to get in on the action. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code Jansen. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official partner of 97.1 The Ticket. Must be 21 or over, present in Michigan. First online real money wager only for risk-free bet. Refund issued is non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Restrictions apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. Gambling problems? Call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential.
From the WWJE Impact Quick Traffic Center, this report brought to you by Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. No issues along M59 either direction between I-75 and 94. Drivers are near 96 between the 96-275 interchange and I-75. For same-day service of your air conditioning or plumbing, call Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. 37 years in the business. A+ Better Business Bureau rating. Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, 800-924-2123. MastercraftHeating.com. I'm Michelle Penny with traffic.
Radio.com is now Odyssey. Download the Odyssey app and listen to 97.1 The Ticket and all the sports, news, music, and podcasts that move you. To see contest rules for 97.1 The Ticket contests, go to 97.1theticket.com and click on the contests tab.
This is Boomer Esiason with an Odyssey Sports Minute, sponsored by NetSuite by Oracle. Receive your free product tour right now at netsuite.com/golf. Both New York franchises did well on night one of the NFL draft after taking quarterback Zach Wilson at number 2. The Jets traded up from 23 to 14 to provide Wilson with a bodyguard in USC's Elijah Barron-Tucker. A+ if you ask me. After the Eagles leapfrogged the Giants to snatch Heisman Trophy winner Devonta Smith, Big Blue shifted gears and did what they should have done. They traded their number 11 slot to Chicago for a 2022 first-rounder and 3 other picks, and they still acquired a potential game-breaker in Florida receiver, Kadarius Toney. The Bears played big or go home by going all in on Ohio State signal caller Justin Fields, while Bill Belichick had his guy, Bama quarterback Mac Jones, fall right into his lap at 15. And Mike Tomlin similarly found Bama running back Najee Harris still available at 24. All in all, the mock drafts look pretty consistent to me up to this point. I'm Boomer Esiason.
16 enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Message and data rates may apply. Come on, one more rep. You got this. And there it is. Nice work. You're a beast. Thanks, man. I feel better than I have in years. And I gotta tell you, taking Nugenix makes a huge difference for me. Nugenix? That's the testosterone booster with TV ads with Frank Thomas. The big hurt, right? Oh yeah, this is a legit product. The key ingredient is Testofen, which helps boost free testosterone levels and increase lean muscle mass. Well, it's clearly working for you. Hey, are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves? Yeah, Nugenix is a great way to increase lean muscle and feel stronger with more energy and endurance. Man, I need to get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix. No problem, you just gotta send them a text. Text TIGER to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix, the #1 selling free testosterone booster at GNC. Nugenix samples are not available in stores, so text TIGER to 321321 right now. Text TIGER to 321321. That's TIGER to 32132.
Hi, I'm Matt Garko from Bill Brown Ford. Here's a tip that other dealers won't tell you. You can turn your Ford or Lincoln lease in at Bill Brown Ford no matter where you bought it from. It's true, and we're happy to do it. Whether your lease is up or any time throughout the duration of your lease, no matter where you do business, we'll make it easy for you to become a Bill Brown Ford customer. So switch your lease to Bill Brown Ford, the #1 Ford dealer in Michigan. We'll make sure that you get into the vehicle you love. So get started now at BillBrownFord.com.
Fast Wi-Fi. You use it to connect just about everything, which means having fast Wi-Fi matters a lot. That's why Xfinity offers gig speed Wi-Fi, the fastest Wi-Fi you can get. That's a big deal. It's a big deal for streaming big games, having big meetings, and making big plans. It's a big deal for families with 1 kid, or 2 kids, or 3 kids, especially if there's 1 kid who has enough devices for 10 kids. It's a big deal for gamers who are streaming while someone else is posting about their virtual spin class. And yet, it's also a big deal for a quiet Friday night in, because fast Wi-Fi makes everything better. Check out our new gig speed Wi-Fi or any of our other speed options. Get started with Xfinity Internet with up to 50 megabits per second download speed for $25 a month for 12 months. Click, call, or visit a store today. Gig Wi-Fi requires gig internet and compatible gateway. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Advertised offer requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 5/2021. New performance starter internet customers only. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply.
Secrets, cover-ups, the murder of a civil rights icon, and a man on the run for 30 years. My Fugitive, from Emmy Award winner Nina Gilden Seavey, an 8-part series tangled in the search for answers. Listen now on the Odyssey app or Odyssey.com.
What are you waiting for? It only takes an hour for you to have your child's heart screened. Get your kid's heart checked at the Ernst Cardiovascular Center at Beaumont Hospital in Royal Oak. Details at 971theticket.com.
Better bets, bet smarter, and beat the books today. Download the BetQL app today to better your chances.
And we're excited. The kids excited. You saw Brad in there, Sheila. I mean, we're through the roof. We are through the roof. And probably what you saw on TV was was even before that. So, yeah, we're excited.
That's from Fox 2. That was Dan Campbell, the head coach of your Detroit Lions. We have a draft show on this evening. John Jansen, you'll be anchoring it, huh?
I will. We're going to have Dan Campbell on at 6 o'clock. I'll have Penei Sewell, our new offensive lineman, our first-round pick, on in the third segment of that hour, leading up to the Tigers game. So I'm excited to get a read on and talk to Dan about it, as well as our new offensive lineman.
Well, hopefully they'll be more exciting than the Tigers, who lost a doubleheader yesterday by a combined score of 14-1.
We are also looking at having Brad Holmes on the show Monday.
Beautiful.
To talk about the entire draft.
Good.
Very excited.
I would love for you. We're not going to have time to ask this. I want to know from a GM, a current GM, why is the evaluation of Kyle Trask and Mac Jones so wide? Because I see the same player.
I don't see the same.
All the efficiencies that are held against Kyle Trask are true about Mac Jones.
I think Jones just throws a much better long ball, but
Much better? Maybe a little better, but 60 picks difference?
I think it's
we'll find out
it's the
today.
Nick Saban effect.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
But you know what? If Jones is getting I don't know, downgraded to a certain extent because he had, Waddle and Smith, Trask had Tony and Pitts
You have
too.
2 first-rounders as well.
Yeah,
Right, again.
And Tua had 4.
It's the same. That's why I keep on going back to that. I'm not trying to say that either one of these guys are going to be great in this league. I personally believe if Trask is in the right situation, that he could really be a quarterback in this league down the road. And it's the same thing about Jones. And Jones, I think, got into the right situation.
Let's take some ticket texts here. Most have been positive, but we'll do some negative ones. Lions should have taken Justin Fields. Offensive linemen don't win games. Now the Bears will continue to kick our ass for the next 10 years.
Offensive linemen and defensive linemen
course.
probably win equally to quarterbacks.
Yeah, you can't have a good quarterback if your offensive line blows.
Yes.
I don't know what sport you're watching, buddy. But
Yeah.
I do think the first thing he said about Fields is going to be the smoking gun potentially against this regime.
Oh, you're right. Absolutely.
And if Fields is good, then so be it. We're not at a position right now. The position that the Lions are in right now, in the start of a rebuild, I believe is you got to build with the offensive line. You've got to address the defensive line, which is going to be very hard in this draft simply because it's not a great defensive line draft.
And to address the offensive line, you only have to take one player, really.
Exactly.
Because you got Ragnow, Decker, you got Jonah Jackson. Now you have Sewell. So the only real question is what right guard. If Vitae, if he stinks, which a lot of people think, you still have that 4th-round pick of Sternberg from Kentucky.
Yes, but you can also get more out of Vitae if you put him between Penei Sewell, who could be good, and Frank Ragnow, that we know is good.
All right. My issue is passing on Fields. I don't want to see us lose all our draft capital next year to trade up for a quarterback in a 22 quarterback class that is far inferior.
That's way too early to say what that quarterback class is going to be. Is it going to be the exact same as this, where 5 guys are taken in the first round? Maybe not. But you may have the top, quarterback coming out next year. Heck, the top 1 and 2 quarterbacks next year may be better than Zach Wilson and Trey Lance this year. You just don't know.
Sewell fits. This is from Greg. Sewell fits the team with aggressive play. He'll bite some kneecaps. Now, the best part of the draft was the Bronco fans not even being able to pretend they were excited. They got Surtain. Oh, yeah, I guess they were Bronco fans. They wanted a quarterback.
Yes.
This is the right pick. See what we have with Goff. We need to give it a chance. Now go get a weapon, which I'm sure they will try to do in either round 2 or round 3. Speaking of which, I hope the Lions trade back in the second, get more picks, and land Rondell Moore out of defense. You might not have to trade back to get him. Now, I know you want more picks. I get that. We'll get into who the best players available today will be. Somebody else says, this was a AAA plus pick by the Lions. They got the second best player in the draft at 7. They didn't have to trade up. Nobody overthought it. They pulled the trigger. Wouldn't have done it any different.
And you can tell that this is what they wanted because the pick was in very quick. Just like the pick was in very quick for the Dolphins before them. They wanted Waddle to put in the slot with Fuller and Parker. I mean, they're going to find out if Tua's the guy right now.
Oh, yeah. Why are people mad? I was having a party when Sewell fell to us at 7. Watching the Bengals be stupid and take a receiver was a beautiful thing. We got the best player in the entire draft. People need to celebrate.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I think one of the best.
Yes.
But I still put Lawrence until 5 years from now. Yes.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of Lawrence and the team he's going to, I've been an Urban Meyer guy. I don't know about thinking my second first-round pick
No.
on a running back that is basically a third down back because he already has what was it, Robinson? Was that the guy from
Yes.
last year? And he's got what, Carlos Hyde he got in the offseason.
And
So why would you take the 23rd pick in there, not 23rd, wherever he was, 25th pick in the draft for Travis Etienne? Who's a good player, don't get me wrong. I just don't see it value at that point.
no, when you have so many needs.
Right, he could probably have taken Etienne at the beginning of the second round.
Yes, he could have.
Right.
And, he could have got a receiver, he could have got somebody to help the defense. I mean, there's just so many ways they could have gone.
I think, though, just to try to defend it, I don't disagree with you, especially about the first pick in the second round, getting him instead. Because you could have all these same things. There's probably a comfortability with Lawrence, and also they talked a lot last night pre-draft stuff about Meyer, his approach to building a culture, that Etienne and the Clemson way, along with Lawrence, would go, well, sometimes that's worth it, but you could have gotten that with the 33rd pick.
Right, that's more my point. Love the pick. We don't need another receiver or tight end. If you can't protect your quarterback, you're not going. I think we all agree with that. Coming up next, who was the best and first round pick yesterday? What do we need to see today in day 2 of the draft? That's coming up next after Tony's update. Heather has news coming up at 7:18, and Dave Burkett will join us in the Free Press at 7:35, 97.1 The Team.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit.